Hi Aries, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your May 2020 mid-month tarot check for all Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I want to thank all of you who have been watching. It's really fun for me to see all the energy that's connecting to these readings, and I also want to thank all of you who have subscribed, liked, commented, and shared my videos. I really appreciate the support, and I've been having a lot of fun. If you're new here, I'd love to have you as a subscriber and tap the bell if you want to be notified when new videos are posted, which is about once a week. So I did a seasonal tarot check not too long ago for the months of May, June, July, and August. So if you haven't seen that, you can scroll back through the videos and find that. I believe it's at the end of maybe April when that was posted. And I've also added a new Is It in the Cards love reading, and I'll do that on the first Friday of the month. So that'll be coming out in a couple weeks again. And then I also do weekly readings. So I do want to tell you really quick, I had an Aries contact me who received an unexpected $20,000. And in one of the readings, I mentioned that they'd be getting some money, and it happened to be them. So they had no idea, and somebody had been saving money for them for a number of years in like an investment account that had grown, and they handed it over to them just out of the blue. So very high vibrational person, though. I wasn't completely surprised that that was their experience, because that's just how they live. Things like that are always happening to them, and it's not a coincidence. They're attracting them. So here we go. Let's hear what is going on mid-month tarot reading here, tarot check for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is for all Aries. So if the reading doesn't resonate with you, check out another part of your sign. I know last week Aquarius, and Aquarius especially, but Capricorn too, had beautiful readings. So here's your current situation. You've got the Queen of Swords here. The immediate influence is the Magician. Your destiny is the Knight of Pentacles. In the more distant past, you've got the World. More recent past, you have the Nine of Swords. Coming towards you, you've got the Ace of Wands here. You're represented by the Four of Swords. The energy and the people around you are the Page of Wands. And your hopes and fears here are the Knight of Swords, and the outcome is but I like this on the bottom. We always pull out the bottom of the deck. You've got the Four of Cups, but with the Fool. So I'm going to tell you, I think your overall guidance here is about taking a chance on something. But we'll get into that in a minute. Let's talk about the energies of the cards. Whew, you have fire here, so you have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You have air, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And you do have some earth in cups, so Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But I don't feel like there's really a dominant energy in terms of a sign per se. But you know, your current position here, you've got the Queen of Swords with the Magician. The Magician is honestly one of the most powerful cards in the deck. You know, this is all about infinite abundance. He's got that infinity symbol above him, and he has every element on the table. He has everything at his disposal to make his dreams become reality. This is all about making your own reality, and the physical manifestations that are your thoughts, really, that your thoughts become. So I do feel like you had to cut something out of your life here. You may have had to leave a job to go to something else, but it's definitely going to be profitable. It will be something that will run the distance if that's you. But I also think in love, you know, she's brought in to get rid of situations that aren't good for you, and it's time to break free of something if you haven't already. It's time to break free of something and go towards something new. You've got the Magician here, and the Magician brings in just a wonderful energy. You know, it's really about making things happen. They're both about communication. So for somebody here, I do think you're going to be getting communication with somebody who may have been on again, off again, and it's one of two things I'm feeling. It's either breaking free completely from it, or breaking free of the games, whatever was going on there where it was this in and out thing. And I do feel like it's more the second. It's really coming in more and more that somebody who has been indecisive is going to communicate. You're going to get some communication from them. But I actually feel like, though, you're so powerful right now. For those of you in business, you may find that your business is actually flourishing, which is in the time of a free-falling economy is kind of crazy, but there are some that are. And I mean, my God, look at Clorox. I bet they never dreamed that, they'd be in such high demand. And I'm not joking about that. I mean, it's like their business is better than ever. Certain people are really flourishing. And I feel it's you, and so part of you is kind of like you don't want to be bothered with it because you just don't want to. And I've been getting this for you over and over again. You don't want to lose any of the momentum that this magician brings. But with the magician, you can really have, do, or be anything. So there's really no reason to worry about that or to feel like it's going to take away from you. And if you don't want it, you can always decide this is just really time to cut this completely free. But you do have this Knight of Pentacles, and this is your destiny. So the difference between destiny and fate, when things are fated, you have absolutely no control over them. But destiny involves your own free will. So your own ability to negotiate and make choices, make very powerful choices, quite frankly, on your own outcome. You definitely have an offer coming your way here. I agree. I think it's money, but it's also this commitment. I think somebody has been really taking their own inventory, taking stock, especially in this quarantine time, and figuring out they have not enjoyed being without you, Aries. But I do feel like you're just not open to the offer. I mean, it's again and again in here where you are going to get an offer, but I don't think you're going to be that open to it. Again, I think you're more about money right now and bringing in money, and it's coming towards you. So, like I said, I think that there was a conclusion, there was an ending. And for some of you, I do feel it was painful, but it was like your own system exited this person because they were leeching your life force. There were things about it that was causing you to be quite muted, and the way that your creativity, the way that you do things, it was becoming very rote, I guess is what I'm getting, like very almost mechanical. The relationship, the lifestyle, all of it. And so when that ended, it was painful, but you had a real freedom that came through. There's just freedom here where you could suddenly do what you want, be in your own power, and not have to play small. Because Aries does not want to play small. You'll do it, but it doesn't last. And if you don't get out of it, your system will get you out of it, okay? So if you go into something and you're not really a match, but you kind of maneuver around and mute parts of your personality and your abilities to try to match and level down with them, it won't last. And I do feel like that's what happened. I feel like it was painful for you. And I think it's actually been more painful more recently for this other person. I think they are, they're up in the middle of the night and very anxious and almost wanting to turn back the hands of time. It's like they're wanting to go back and redo things and make different choices that can't be undone. I definitely feel this person's in a lot of pain. You're more like the world where that's the dancer of the tarot and you dance free and you dance in your own wreath of victory. This is this other person where they are just riddled with anxiety, and that's the nightmare card, where they're having a lot of sleepless nights. This is two different things for me that I'm getting strongly. They're going to come through with an apology. They definitely want a reconciliation with you. And there's an olive branch being offered. But again, I don't know how open to it you're going to be. The other part of this is you again waving your wand and making things happen. So you are definitely attracting money like mad, and it's coming towards you. And some of it is with creative ideas. It's with things that you are going to do as sort of a side to your main work. You've got, I'm seeing writing for some people. It's like you're either, possibly writing a book or doing some kind of a short story or something where it's going to lead into money. Or maybe you've had a book and you just haven't had it published, and you're going to take care of that and move forward. Because Aries burns very hot. It's like that big stack of hay that burns hot, and sometimes it burns out before the job gets done. Some of you, I think, are going to revisit some things, projects that you've had on the back burner that are actually really going to bring in some money. So again, this is you. You're this Four of Swords. You're not interested in conflict, and you're definitely not interested in anything that's going to draw your energy away from things that are working. You're in flow right now. Aries is in flow, and you will not be stopped. I wish the Emperor was in this reading, but I really like it that you have the Magician and the Fool together. They're probably two of my favorite cards in the deck, and they're power players. They're definitely power players when it comes into the law of attraction. So this, I feel, is more your response to any offers from any past exes, things like that. You are reflecting on life. You've made peace, and you're just away from any battles. You're really looking at what really matters in your life. What am I really here for? Because if you have a life, you have a purpose, and you're finding it, and it's easy. It's like there's ease to it, and you don't want anything where it's complicated or you have to alter yourself in any way to fit in with anyone else, and that's just not your way anyway. Some of you too may be finding that you've been sleeping a lot better in this whole thing. Just not having some of the pressures of driving to work if you're working from home, and some of the other things that we deal with in the day-to-day life that really create sort of this baseline of stress that we don't even realize. So you have a couple things here in the environment around you with this Page of Wands. You've got a lot of charisma, and I think you're really attractive to other people in terms of your work environment. You're producing things and being creative, and it's being noticed. It's obviously this is fire energy, and you're taking action. Now I do think with this other person, it's possible they're another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but it's like they're coming in and trying to be cute. I feel like they're trying on all these different roles to try to get your attention and get you to see them in a different light. They're going to pull out all the stops to try to present themselves differently than they've been in the past. I don't know if they're really quite ready for this yet. I still think you're angry with them. I think there's still resentment there, and there's some even bitterness. And it's just not the right timing for this person to come back in. I think for the rest of May, you're really focused more on money. And it doesn't mean love won't be coming. I'd watch the seasonal check because we're almost through May anyway. But I definitely think that you're focused on this money aspect in your life and making that more solvent. And so there's just, like I said, there's some old wounds there. There are some old wounds that just are not healed. So again, I think they're coming in with an offer, but you're the Four of Cups. You're not interested in it. Now, there is some guidance here about taking a leap of faith, and that may be in a new direction with this Fool card. This is infinite potential. It's a 0, okay? And the Fool is all about a brand new, fresh, clean slate. And so it's, like I said, it's one of two things, either going out on your own or reconsidering this relationship. But I do think if you go out on your own, you're going to be strong. When you have these two together, the Fool and the Magician, you can literally create anything. It would be a great time to sit down and write down, handwrite, not type, handwrite in a notebook, the things that you want to bring towards you. Create a list, and even a list of things that you've already manifested in your life. I love to do that too, and appreciate the things that have been brought towards you. So if you're interested in attracting more love, we'll give you just a Whispers of Love Oracle card. Back to what you love, reevaluate your desires, okay? And I mentioned that, so sitting down, that would be great for you to do. Sit down and really look at what is it that I want. And I'm talking even on the physical plane, somebody tall, somebody short, somebody who's got great hair, a smooth voice, whatever you want. Sit and write that down. And because I do feel like in May, you've got nice energy here. I feel like you'll be really ready for something new if that's what you want. Or, like I said, I don't think you're going to reconcile in May with anybody, even though I think they're interested in it. But they're just not your vibrational match. And the more you keep leveling up, I'm not sure they're going to get there, honestly. They're trying a lot of things, but I think you're just going to have to be very clear with them on some things. This is an Ask and It Is Given card from Abraham Hicks. It is natural for my body to be well. You do not have to think specific positive thoughts about your body, but you have to not think specific negative thoughts. If you could never again think about your body and instead just think pleasant thoughts, your body would reclaim its natural place of wellness. I actually agree with that. I do agree with that. Our body stores our energy, right? And so when we're concentrated on negative things, we just get more of it. So you can definitely have, do, or be anything. And I love you so much, Aries. I'll be back with a weekly and then a monthly tarot check for June. Can you believe that? So I'll see you soon.